What's your name?
Brent Daniels.
Mr. Brent, what kind of dogs do you have?
Border Collie.
Is there some reason you like these dogs best?
I feel like the ones I have are the most intelligent, and they are the easiest to train.
Generally, how old are they when you start to work with them?
I like to start them right around a year old.
Year-old?
I start training. Yes.
Do you like to work an open pasture with them first, or?
I like to start in a smaller pen, get a handle on them first. I mean, if a dog's not working, I really don't do much with them. I mean, a lie down's great, but other than that, if a dog's not in there and interested, I'm not really teaching them much of anything. So I like to start in a small pen where I have more control.
So how early can you tell if they're going to make it or break it?
All of them are different. You know, I let my dogs out when they're as pups and everything else. I might really like one and think he's going to be a great puppy, and then he gets up to be 7 or 8 months old and it won't flip. So every dog's different. And I've had dogs that I started when I was a year old. When they was a year old, sent them home, and 2 months later, the dog comes back and he's great. You know, he's ready. So all of them are different. I mean, every dog's an individual, just like a person. And you got to treat them that way. I ask a lot of a dog, and as long as he gives 100%, then it's all right with me.
How do you feel about the top hand trial today?
I thought the top hand trial was a good trial. I think it's a good arena to get your dogs out and really test their mettle, and as well as the handlers. I mean, you know, you got to be able to handle cattle and dogs. And I really thought that it was well put on, well managed, and I think that I appreciate Yancey Paul and his crew, because it takes a lot of work to run that many dadgum dogs and that many cattle. And I thought that they did a good job, and I felt like they put on a good trial.
How did you get into cattle dog trials, Brent?
Well, I'm going to blame Lynn Daniel for that, because we use dogs on the ranch all the time, border collies, horseback, you know, using them to gather mama cows. And Lynn told me one time, he goes, "Hey, I'm going to a dog trial. Why don't you try this out?"
So this is a family thing?
It's a family thing. Cousin Lynn started that, and pretty much broke me in that deal. I enjoyed competing.
Is this as good as it gets?
That's a hard thing to say, but I think that this trial and these handlers, is as good a group of dogs and handlers as there is in the United States on cattle dogs.
How can I know that it's a really good dog by watching it work?
I personally I like a dog for cattle that has strength. I'm not everybody talks about, well, he's a tough dog because he's biting. That's not necessarily true. Dogs bite out of fear as well as to move cattle. Anything that works for you is a good dog. If that dog fits you, if your style of work involves a lot of, if you're fast and your dog needs to move cattle fast and you got a lot of heel bite, that's fine. If your dog, I mean, if you like a dog that just gets to the front, walks straight up, I mean, to each their own. I'm a person that just likes a dog that's got a lot of heart, wants to work every day, and is tough. I like one that can take a licking.
So overall, do you feel the top hand dog trial was a good determination of most dogs and their ability to work?
I felt like the way that trial went, and the dogs that made the finals, I think that was a good cut. I felt like the people that were in those finals deserved it. I felt like they were the best handlers and had the best dogs, and I thought that it was a very good trial.
So you think this really determines a good dog?
Yeah, I think it did. Well, as with all cattle dog trials, it comes down to a draw. If you didn't get a draw, you're not going to finish the course. So
is this similar to working cattle at home for you?
This trial is probably closer to what most people would do on a ranch. You know, the big fetch, the working in the pens, the holding in the alley. I thought it was a good cross section of what you do at the house.
Good. I suppose there's a lot of reasons for a dog trial. How do you view that?
Oh, everybody, I think that you gotta love it to spend money and go to it. It's just like anything else. If you're willing to put down your money, you must really think you got a good dog, or you must just enjoy it. And I think that's If you don't have a passion for it, you're not going to excel at it.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was a lot of good handlers there.
So how did you fare out in the dog trial?
I ended up, I got lucky with a couple of draws, ended up in the finals and won second place.
Congratulations, Mr. Brent.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you for the interview.
Appreciate it, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Jody Michaels,
Jody Michaels. Where are you from?
Elk City, Oklahoma.
All right. And what kind of cow dogs do you raise?
I raise hanging trees.
Hanging trees? Why did you choose hanging tree dogs?
Toughness, they're just really everything about them. They're they're athletes. They're slick-haired dogs. They do real good in this Oklahoma heat. And I just had really good luck. Yeah, they got good heart and lungs. I just like everything about them.
Are they difficult to train at all, or are they really easy to train?
They're easy. Some of them are brainier, going to get this breeding figured out on how to raise good dogs and just being real successful.
What are hanging tree dogs best suited for as far as working the cattle?
They're great herd dogs, just like a border collie or a kelpie. You can drive with them. They'll fetch cattle to you, whatever you want them to do. They're just very trainable.
So do you feel like this trial is a good determination of a good working hanging tree dog?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What about it? What about it's the best determination?
I'm not saying it is the best determination. There isn't a sorry dog here. Every dog here that I've seen work the last 2 days are good dogs. It's a whole lot different than it was 20 years ago. The breeders have come a long ways.
So if you say that it's different than it was 20 years ago, where do you see the future of the trail dogs going?
I think it'll just get better and better. I think the trials will have to get tougher and tougher.
In that sense, do you think there's going to be more people involved or better genetics?
There's more people getting involved every day. It's really catching on. The World Wide Web has really helped a lot. Ranchers are starting to get online, looking at websites, forums. I think that's helped about as much as anything. There's lots of ranchers out there that are, just still pretty ignorant about what you can do with a dog, and but they're learning, and I think that's due to the websites. Good magazines like Ranch World, ads, Working Ranch Dogs magazine. There's just more information to be had out there.
How does a newcomer emerge into the trail dog scene?
Just start coming to trials and get hooked up with some people that are doing it, and go to clinics. Get a dog, start working, ask questions.
Where do you find that probably the highest density, I guess, of trials would be held? Are they in Texas, Oklahoma, or everywhere is pretty even? Or
no, it's Texas, Oklahoma, or there's quite a few in Kansas. There can be some up in the northern states, Wyoming. I think they've got an association up there. Louisiana, but I'd say the majority. The big trials are in Texas and Oklahoma.
What's the purpose of a cattle dog trial?
A lot of us are ranchers. We work dogs every day, so this is just a fun deal for a lot of us. Some do it for the money. There's just different reasons. There's different people. There's city people that don't have cattle that own dogs that come to trials, and they're doing it for fun. It's a hobby, just like fishing or anything else.
Is it a way to promote your dog's lines?
Yes, exactly.
This way?
Yeah.